Grab your coffee, grab your tea. It's probably later in the day because I was running a little behind. We're going to talk about the new round of favorites over here. I had almost 40 back in March, which is a little bit overdoing it. I try and keep it down to 20. I went overboard in March. Half of them are pretty much gone. It was brutal. Another half hung out and held strong. I was proud of them. And then I have 9 new additions to the mix. So as you can tell, I have edited these down big time, big time, huge. I don't just have one favorite of every category. I have multiples of every category. I'll get to that in a second. But the Brits Picks is the short list of the products that I'm using over and over again, the ones I'm reaching for. If I keep reaching for it or if I rediscover it, you're going to find it here. A brand cannot pay to get on this list. These are also road tested. I'm not just like, ooh, I just tried this yesterday and I like it. I'm going to talk about it as my favorite. So they've gone through testing. Some of these have full scorecards. Some of them don't. Have tested thousands of products over the last 9 years. The expanded version of Brits Picks, which is now out, it's called the Best of the Style Shaker Guide. This is new. I launched it with Britbot. I'm very low key about this because we're just soft launching it at this point. It's out there to test, but the guide is also a part of that. So it's a part of a Style Shaker Plus membership you can get. That's the one that has every favorite all separated out by category. You don't have to dig, you can get it, and it is consistently being updated. So it's a living, breathing little happy place on the website. The 9 new additions, let's get into it. I'm going to kick it off with one that you probably saw coming. It is the With Simplicity Foundation. I did try this out in 1.5 first. This is shade 1. You would think that 1.5 would be a little bit darker, but no. This is a white labeled product. So Tubes & Co. also has it. I love the product from Tubes & Co. I've already reviewed it. It's been one of my top medium coverage foundations for a number of reasons. However, you can get the same thing for less. I don't always wear foundation, but when I do, I have been reaching for it consistently. I like it also because it can be a mixer, so I can use a moisturizer during the day, put a drop of this in there, blendy, blendy, press it into the skin. Just made my own tinted moisturizer. Yay. The other reason, and I'll just put a little bit on as I'm talking to you, it is a creamier product, but it is not giving dewy. And I'm just moving away a little bit from dewy. This just sort of melts right in, blends in. I don't even have to look up close and gives a very natural finish. It's not going to come across as glowy. It's not going to come across as dewy, oily, or anything like that. It just sort of works. I can use this with pretty much anything that I currently own. I have been using it on heavy rotation with the Stay Slip Tint, which is another addition that's back on the list, but it works really well with that. Works really well in conjunction with moisturizer, whatever you want to do. I feel like this is a brainless product and it has not irritated my sensitive skin. Check the ingredients, things like that change. But yeah, it's pretty great. The next is a product that I actually panned when I first got it. So I have figured out a better way to apply it. It is not rocket science. This is the Westman Atelier. This is their contour stick. I guess I contour with it. I don't know. I just like putting it on different parts of my face and it looks good. I used to have the Axiology Shape Stick on my list. I have since taken it down, which pains me because I really love that brand. However, the shade is a little too warm for me, and I really am liking a cooler shade for a bronzer contour. Contours naturally come in a cooler shade, but I'm leaning towards this, less of an orange warm shade. It might just be also because it's winter here. What you're seeing, the brush to the product and then on the face, the payoff for that is so much better than when I apply it directly to the face and then press it in. Not sure why. It's basically the same thing. However, this just works better for me. The other reason that I really, really have grown to love this is the blendability. I don't like to think too much. I don't want to fuss too much with the makeup, hair care, anything really. I just don't want to fuss with it. And this, I can just go like this, and I know that you're not going to see any lines, you're not going to see any smudges. This blends out effortlessly. That word is used a lot in beauty. This is one of the rare times that that actually holds up. And yes, you can use it on eyeshadow. You can do whatever you want with it. I mean, that's what I do. Another option is from Maya Chia. I'm happy to report that the Maya Chia Powerful Shampoo and Conditioner have made it to the top of the list. A full scorecard's coming for this very, very soon. I wanted to have it up in time for this, but the bot took up all my time and energy. So she needed it. Britbot needed it. This one's coming soon. And the reason that I've liked this a lot is because, first of all, it cleans the hair very well. And I know that sounds weird, but the shampoo, I wish it wasn't in black plastic. I wish it wasn't in black plastic. I wish. I'm shocked that they have it in that. But that aside, I find this shampoo to suds up pretty quickly. It cleans the hair very effectively for me, except it doesn't feel squeaky or stripped in any way. This is one of the better options that I've tried that does that level of cleaning. So I have fine hair. I have a lot of it. I work out a lot. Like, I work out a lot. Listen, I get sweaty a lot, is what I'm saying. And my hair will flatten. So I needed something to clean it, but oftentimes it does too much or too little. It's a fine balance. It's going to irritate. This doesn't do any of that. It just sort of does its thing. I do not have to double cleanse at all. That said, I do absolutely need a conditioner. I can tell that I need a conditioner. I do not use this alone with a leave in conditioner. These two in conjunction have worked really nicely for me. There's a lot of talk about strengthening the hair, bond repair properties within this. I have found that I have less fallout with it. In terms of bond repair, I haven't seen massive turnaround in the health of my hair. I really feel like that's a 360 approach for me. And it takes a lot of different products. That's just my hair. I color treat it, I heat style it. It needs more than a shampoo and conditioner to repair it because I just keep damaging it. However, I do think this is doing a good job. I am seeing less fallout. The scent is sort of minty. There's a little bit of rosemary in there. You can smell it. So if you're sensitive to those things, you might want to walk away. This does not have silicones in it, which is another reason why I do feel like less of a slickness and I want to add a conditioner on top, a heat protectant always. So those are pieces that are still part of it. I'm not going to say these two alone are going to do it, but they're very strong contenders. I really ended up liking them, and I've been testing it for over both of them for over, I would say, at least 2 months now. It also doesn't go really fast. So it's kind of checking a lot of boxes, which is why it's made it onto the list. I've gone through 2 bottles of this. I really, really like it. I like it for texture, and I also like it because of the antioxidant properties that are inside. So it's the Le Prunier Plum Oil. This was something that a friend turned me on to. I was like, because I've tried so many facial oils. I have a few that I really, really like, but this has really kind of risen up on the list. It has this consistency that is not watery and thin, but it's also not really thick and sticky. I use this every morning when I do my gua sha routine. When I run out of it, I'll talk about alternatives. They're also in the Best of the Style Shaker guide. I have, I think, 3 or 4 facial oils that I've really come to lean on over the past 10 years of testing. This is one of them for a reason. I have very sensitive skin, more so now than ever. This has never irritated my skin. There's one ingredient. It has plum varietals. It's a cool story. It's sisters on a farm. Plums are involved. It also claims to be 8 times more powerful with antioxidants than argan oil. And my skin loves argan oil, the real stuff. That's a different facial oil that I actually think I have in the Best of guide, which I'm just going to call the Boss guide. It's just easier than saying the Best of the Style Shaker, BOSS. It's also certified organic. I feel like I've said enough about this. It's on the list for all of those reasons and probably more that I can't even think of. Another newbie, and this is the last one I'm going to talk about in this video. You can see the rest of them back on the Style Shaker on the Brits Picks page. The gang's all in there. They're just happy and they needed an update and they got a zhuzh. And I'm just excited because I've been wanting to do this for a really long time. And I'm sorry it took so long. I really am. This is from Lola V. This is their styling paste. I received a bunch of different products from Lola V a while ago. Took me a minute to get around to testing it. It's been a weird year. So, my friend was in town and I had talked to him about using styling paste a long time ago. And I'm like, oh, wait, I have one. So, it started off for him. I love this stuff. It's not sticky. It's a styling paste that's not sticky. It is not heavy. In my experience, I'm using it on fine hair again. So I'm speaking to the women who have finer hair, thinner hair, mature hair that maybe is starting to shed a little bit more than we would like. And you use a styling product, but they make your hair really greasy or they make it weird. You know what I mean? It's hard. It's hard to find these types of styling products that don't make my hair look flat within the 24-hour time frame. Not greasy, not sticky, doesn't feel heavy. I don't put a lot on, but it's not a thick paste that you have to like yank, you gotta like barely get it out like a putty. It's not like that. It's creamier than that. I work it into my fingers and I use it primarily on the ends. I could use more, but I don't because I don't want it to be piecemeal, although you could totally get that look if you wanted to. Sometimes my hair will get a little fluffy. That's the best way I can put it. Maybe a little frizzy. Go like this. I did it today. Kind of like whoop, whoop. And I barely touch it. And it, you know, she was outside a little bit. So it's shiny, but it's like got a little bit of frizz there. But I don't like to put too much on and it tames it. It gets it doing its thing. It's great. It's great. I don't know. It's really good and I don't know why and I appreciate it and I'm so glad that I tried it. There's plenty more where that came from back on Britt's Picks. You can always check out my favorites playlist. Those are favorites past and present and you're going to see a lot of different products in there. The reason I really like Britt's Picks and the Boss Guide is because I test so many new products and more times than not new products come in and they just put the previous product to shame. It's those comparisons. I haven't just tried one, two, three mascaras. I've tried crazy amounts of mascaras and I've tracked it all. If I did not track it, I wouldn't remember a thing. So I have these records and you can see them in the playlists and the favorites of the past, of my past. That sounds very dramatic. But these at least I get to update. And yes, it took me forever, but I finally got here. So let me know, what are some of your favorites that you're loving out there right now? What are some products that you use and reach for all the time? I would also love to know if there's any surprises because I had a couple of surprises. And I've tried a lot of products lately. A lot of them have just not been wowing me and making the cut. So that's partially why it took a little bit longer than normal. Hopefully, you found this helpful. If you enjoyed the Brits Picks Roundup, don't forget to take 2 seconds, hit that like button. It makes a huge difference over here. Thank you so much for being here. Enjoy more favorites back on the site or back on my channel. Bye.